What's up, guys? MeatyLock here, and today we are back in action playing the Isle. Today we're doing an interview slash Q&A with Dondi. He was streaming when this happened, and we asked him a bunch of questions, and his chat asked him a bunch of questions. It's mostly about upcoming progression changes, new dinosaurs added, all the dinosaurs they have planned, and all the dinosaurs that are currently like fully modeled and that kind of stuff. They just don't have sounds or maybe animations and that kind of stuff. How to tame dinosaurs. We ask about echidna, like everything. There's a lot of stuff we talked about, so hopefully you guys enjoy, and if you do, make sure to smash the like button. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play some, I guess, Isle gameplay in the background. I'm not sure what it is yet. I haven't recorded it yet, and I'll let you get to the interview. Dondi, why you know sandbox?
Yeah, fucking. Just all right. So you know what? We're gonna start off with this. All right. If you bought this game because you wanted to do sandbox, there's two things with that. Number one is you didn't fucking read the store page because it does not say it's a choose your own dinosaur adventure. It is.
Dude, that sounds like a sweet game.
Don't no, not right now. No funny memes. There was at no point in time did the store page ever say it's a sandbox game. It said first and foremost, it is a survival game that will be turned into a sandbox at the end where people can make what they want. And so they just assumed, oh shit, I can just complain from the very beginning and do whatever I want, which is not the case. If a game mode is being developed, and this stands true for any early access game, if a game is being developed and you want to piss and whine and moan and cry and bitch and complain, that's fucking great. But you better be the same type of person that has never fucking pre-ordered a game. Because if that's the case, and you pre-order games, but you want to bitch about EA games, then buy it and don't install it. And just play it when it's fully released. Because I don't see the point where, oh, you can pay $60 for a game that's not released yet, and hopefully you get the product that was advertised at like fucking E3. You got all these people right now that are bitching about No Man's Sky, and I'm like, well, did you know that wouldn't happen with an early access game? Because you get to be part of the development instead of just hoping that what they said 2 years ago is going to stand tall and you won't get fucked.
Well, with No Man's Sky, it's kind of everyone's fault for pre-ordering it, you know what I mean, and believing the promises the devs made.
But my point being is that you paid $60 for a game that you didn't get to see until it was out. Mm-hmm. Right now you're paying $20 for a game, and provided your input is viable, because there have been people that have come on Discord or been in the Steam discussions. They've been around for a really long time. And you know what? I'll give you two examples. I'll name names. I really don't care what they say. What the hell is his name, actually? I got to go look it up. I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
You care if I go and ask you a few questions?
No. That was the point. You put it in your video.
Well, actually, I don't know if you can answer this, but how close do you think is the baryonyx?
Today. I just got. Okay. I got all the turning animations and everything today. So, like, he's technically there. It's just I want to put Fish AI in, but I'm just gonna put him in as a
Are you gonna go ahead and make him his own progression tree? Like, will you do like Barry to Suko or?
Yeah, I'll probably do.
And then Spino.
Austroraptor will go to Utah and Barry will go to Suko, and Utah will go to like Aloe or something.
Okay. Nice.
I'll look at the list when I
okay.
I put him in.
Even harder question. How close is Spino?
Spino is. It's a weird way to explain Spino, because he's not an aquatic creature. He's not a terrestrial creature, but at the same time, he's not going to be treated like a crocodile.
Yeah.
A lot of what we wanted to do with Spino, because we have him, he's bipedal, but he's long.
Didn't you say you're going to do two Spinos? One with like...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I want my Jurassic Park style Spino. I want a big bipedal, I'll slap your shit guy. And so there will be two different...
Oh God,
Spinos.
I'm unimmersed already at the non-realism in the Isle right now.
I don't care.
Says 1,000 people.
I don't. If anyone ever tells me that they don't like this game because it's inaccurate, I'll say, okay, please don't buy it.
Yeah.
Like that's my only real response. If you're gonna complain that like, someone else gets choices. No, I think that it'd be cool to have two different kinds. I grew up on Jurassic Park. I like Jurassic Park. I would love to do the Jurassic Park game. I probably never will. But that does not in any way, shape, or form impede the fact that I'm going to make fictional creatures. Because they're fucking cool fictional creatures.
Yeah.
And no amount of public bitching is going to convince me that, like, a giant bipedal Spinosaurus isn't cool. Like, alright, fine. You don't have to like it.
Is that something you're going to do in progression where, like, once you reach Suko, you can choose to go to either one? Or is one of them only going to be kind of like, I don't know, for a different game mode or something? Or
I can tell you one of two ways that it will go, because I can't tell you which one it will because I don't know. Long story short, the Spino would be functioning in two different completely different capacities. The Spino I have now, the long guy, we want him functioning like a hippopotamus. He builds up speed on the bottom of a lake bed or wherever he's at underwater, and then kind of rockets himself out of the water as an ambush or hits swimming creatures from underneath. So
will he be able to go on land? Like effectively, I guess?
He'll be able to go on land. Will he be a really effective killer? No. But at the same time, he's big, so there's not many things that's going to really stand against him anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's definitely not like fast. He's not going to get out there and he's going to go run down stuff. That's just it's not.
I'm going to go chase and kill like a whole family of Rexes with the amphibious Spino.
But the other guy's meant to be a really big, brawly style of Spinosaur. Now he's not going to snap the neck of a T-Rex by any means, but
yeah. Well, Spinos are bigger than T-Rexes, aren't they?
They are,
yeah.
But that doesn't really mean anything.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just curious. I'm not a huge
like,
dinosaur buff myself, really. So
neither am I. I get most of my information from people that rub shoulders with professionals, if not professionals themselves, and it's pretty much boiled down to every time T-Rex gets its jaws on something, T-Rex wins. Like it doesn't matter what it is. But if that doesn't happen, I mean, the T-Rex can take some punishment, but it'll go down. There's things in the game that'll kill him that are other dinosaurs. The Giga and stuff be able to definitely make a T-Rex think twice before fighting him.
Didn't you also say humans are soon as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to write the September update soon, because what's going to happen is we're going to be having you'll probably see some humans in the game wandering about, which will be me and some of the boys.
Whenever you first add them, are you going to automatically have like where weapons spawn, or are they going to be like kind of nothing at first?
So this will be in the update. There will be spawns put in before we put in the humans themselves.
Okay, nice.
And once we confirm privately that like humans inventory and all that other stuff works, we're gonna start our initial balancing phase. And our initial balancing phase comes from us going around in the world and trying to get loot. And I'm going to put in the September update like, hey, if you see humans, like, do not be afraid to eat them. Like I'm all about that. My other thing is too is like when you see us on the server and you don't manage to find us, we're hiding. So it's a lot of us testing to see how well humans can hide, how quickly a dinosaur kills them, if the guns feel a little too strong.
Are you gonna have like kill animations for like the dinosaurs on the humans?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be awesome, dude. I can only imagine playing as a human and then like having a couple raptors or whatever, like from Jurassic Park, just come up and like try to eat me.
Oh, we're talking about doing breakpoints like you saw in Gears of War for dismemberment and stuff. We wanted to have something where you could quite honestly just bite a human as a larger dinosaur, and when you pull your head up, that up comes half of him, the other half stays on the ground.
Actually, I see a good question from someone. They said, are you going to change the speed of progression? But I would like to actually change that question to, now that progression has been out for a while, have you guys, and people has been testing it, have you guys decided on any changes you'd like to make to progression?
So my immediate answer, everyone's going to freak out, which is progression is fine. It does exactly what we want it to do.
Okay.
It's just not total. It's not complete.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to end up doing is for carnivores, it's going to stay relatively the same. There's not much to change with carnivores. And the reason that we don't need to change anything for carnivores is because the herbivores are going to... Yes, black screen's fine. Sorry. I'm booting up Unreal, so you guys will be fine. You guys stare at a black screen for a minute. The change that we're doing to the herbivores is going to affect the carnivores in such a way that if there truly is a need to change them, we'll know with this change. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the effective way of how you gain progression points. We're going to have a nesting system. We're going to have a growth system. We're going to have juveniles and adults. But what will end up happening is for herbivores, instead of surviving, because we are saying, yes, you eat plants, you go in the woods, you sit in a bush, you tab out, you do whatever you're doing, you don't have to worry about it. You won't get progression points from surviving as herbivores anymore.
Oh.
In the same manner that you eat trees now, the new plants are coming out, so herbivores will have their contested diets with certain species, so you won't see a herd with too many of the same type of dinosaur or dinosaur with the same type of diet. You also won't see, I guess you'd say, randomized behavior. We're trying to push people towards two different types of ways to progress. Number one is creating nests, raising other players up to be part of your herd, and you will gain progression points by actually incubating eggs and inviting players and, growing your herd. So when you create your nest, it'll provide you with eggs that you can invite people, and then they spawn, and once they grow up to their subadult phase where they're technically no longer taking up an egg slot, and they could go live and do their other nest. Basically, you pass the parental test, you'll get progression points that way. The other one is there's going to be certain plants that any dinosaur can eat in terms of herbivore that give you progression points. So you will actually be roaming around looking for these. They won't be rare, but they are uncommon. So you won't be able to just sit at a lake and eat some plants, at least with a huge herd, because you'll run out of a food source. But if you sit at a lake and manage to keep your number at a certain ratio where you're not overeating everything, you'll be able to actually create a single species familial style herd and progress to the next dinosaur by being social, as opposed to being a wandering herd or nomadic singular herbivore.
That's cool. When you say juvenile and adults, is that your 10% growth thing you're talking about? Or like...
So the 10% growth thing isn't what you're thinking is. I know exactly what you're referencing to. What we initially wanted to do is when people spawned, like, we would just take like 10% bigger or 10% smaller than the default model.
Yeah.
And it would just be like, oh, give it a little bit of variation. What we're actually going to do is I put it... You weren't here for it, so
your mic just cut out or something.
Thanks, Logitech. Don't buy G930s, kids. They're awful headphones. If you progress like you do now, like you sit down, you go into your progression screen, and then you choose the next dinosaur, you're going to spawn in as a subadult, which is, quite honestly, it sounds like you're a different phase of life. You're not. You're going to be a scaled down adult model. That's all it is.
Okay.
Scaled down adult model. Your stats are scaled down. Your speed scale. Everything
that's for everything,
globally
right?
Scaled down. Yes, that's for everything.
So
and it will
does that
grow
mean
to its maximum size?
Okay, it'll grow. Okay, I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Our
thought
Carno now is the best example. Our
Okay.
Carno now is a lot smaller, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's been nerfed so hard." I'm like, "No, he's just the average Carno size. You played as like the largest version of a Carnotaurus you could ever possibly be before we scaled him down. That's what you'll grow into,
Mhm.
and then you're quite honestly your speed demon with a mouth that has legs. That's all he is. But if you progress to a dinosaur and you die and you fall all the way back down, if you've ever progressed to a dinosaur before on a server, we will allow you to be invited by other players to a nest. So if, let's say, Meaty, you put up a server. I've never joined it, but I join in. I'm a carnivore. Realistically, we're going to start people off pretty soon as the Velociraptor as opposed to the Dryo, because he's the baby Velociraptor. Not baby, but he's small.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger than a chicken, but, he's not huge. I start off as a Velociraptor, and you're like, hey, me and Riot are T-Rexes. We've got a nest. I'm going to invite you. I've never progressed to a T-Rex on your server before. I can't accept the invite. I can't instantly jump up the chain. However, if I played on your server and I've been a T-Rex before, and I'm a raptor now. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I can jump up and join your nest, and I start off not as a subadult to grow into adult. I start off literally at the smallest point that a dinosaur could cognitively function, like where it could move around. I am completely and totally worthless and dependent on you two to keep me alive until I grow. So I'll go up and up and up, and then I'll hit the basically the juvenile phase. The juvenile T-Rex that we have now is actually going to be scaled down even more when he's made as a baby. He'll grow up to where he used to be, where he was as big as, not as big, about maybe 3/5 the size of where the Aloe's at now, where he was bigger than the Utah, and could eat and hunt and stuff on his own, realistically, smaller animals. Then he'll hit the subadult. Once I've hit the subadult, I'm out of your nest. You're technically no longer responsible for me, and you guys will get progression points and, thumbs up. And mind you, growing to adult isn't the end of the world, because you'll be able to spend progression points on actually upgrading your dinosaur. Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to increase stats in some way, shape, or form. And eventually, what we're going to do is we're actually going to put in veteran versions of all the dinosaurs, as well as their juvenile stages.
Okay.
So you're thinking of like Mama Scarface from Turok.
Yeah.
The T-Rex with the one eye from Dino Crisis. It's just something where it looks like you've been around the block. That's what.
Yeah, that idea I messaged you about. You were like, yeah, we're already working on that.
Yeah, because that came from Jake ages ago, where he's like, I'm gonna make a really big, meaner, tougher version of the T-Rex.
Does that have like a stat boost or anything, or a size change, or?
Yeah. You're gonna be a little bit bigger. And you're gonna be considerably tougher.
Yeah, because I thought it'd be cool, like, if, let's say you get, I don't know how you guys are going to implement it, but let's say you get, like, 300 points as a Carno or a Rex or whatever, you're now kind of, like, battle-tested, so you, like, progress or grow or whatever into that, elder T-Rex or elder Carno, and you're a little bit bigger, you're a little bit tougher, you get a stat boost.
They're very, basically a sub-adult T-Rex wouldn't want to piss off a veteran Carnotaurus, that kind of thing. Because what we'll probably end up doing is calling them elders, because I guess that's the RPG term where everyone has an erection because it means tough. I wanted to call them veterans, but
You can also call them like alphas or primes or something, I don't know, or apexes.
Yeah, I'll figure something out. I think elder will work though, because it's a generally neutral term for carnivore and herbivore. Like
how much more powerful do you think they'll be from their adult form or whatever?
Yeah, probably 35-40% stronger.
Oh wow, okay.
It's definitely something where what we wanted to do is have them to be able to fight kind of the next weight class, like an elder Utah Raptor would be able to stave off a Carnotaurus.
Okay.
Like
that sounds really cool.
On a singular nature, it doesn't sound very effective, but when you have like an elder or a couple of elders in your herd, you're exponentially stronger. Well, and it's not super impossible to kill one, but it definitely makes the guys want to back off.
Also, it gives a reason for people to stay at a specific dino. Like, if they really like the Carno, or I guess the Carno is a bad example because it doesn't tier into anything, but if they really like the Utah Raptor, they, instead of progressing because they're weak, they can just wait to become an elder, and they'll just do that.
So, there's also other reasons that I can't really say yet, because I don't want to be like, hey, we're doing this when we're probably not.
Early access.
Yeah, early. Everyone has to put that tag on. But there's reasons to stay certain dinosaurs, and I think what we'll end up doing is if you've been a dinosaur for X amount of time, like you've been, you have no urge to go to Triceratops. You just really like playing Diablo, and you die. You don't want to go back to grinding it up or anything like that. You have enough progression points, like, then yeah, we'll probably have something where you can just checkpoint yourself.
Yeah,
you'll be able to respawn. I don't know if we'd do something where it's like, we'd spawn you as a baby out in the wild, or we'd let you come back as a sub-adult. I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like what you were talking about whenever we were all like talking before into Discord. It's kind of like a mix of sandbox and progression, more on the progression side. After you've played for a long time, you've kind of unlocked the dinosaurs. You have easier ways to kind of like re-become those dinosaurs.
Well, aren't you the one that made? You're the one that made the suggestion about the whole unlocking them on progression to use them in sandbox, right?
I don't know. I remember talking about it. I'm not sure if I
Yeah,
recommended
well,
it.
we repurposed it for that. I remember hearing it, and I was like, we can just do that for the egg thing. Is that because we don't want, if a T-Rex can raise up to 3 young at a time, and there's like a group of 6 people, and 2 of them get adult, and then they're like, okay, our friends are gonna get on and just suddenly all be juveniles now. It's just like, no, let's,
Someone just said Elder Dryo hype.
yeah, no. It's not. It's not gonna be like small tier animals. They're just
Yeah.
not. No, Dryo
Uh,
doesn't do anything.
So is the compy going to be before the Velociraptor?
Yeah. So Compy will probably end up being corpse cleanup that spawns around
Okay.
corpses. So what'll end up happening is when you spawn as a Compy, we wanted to put something in where it's like, hey, you spawn near a corpse as opposed to spawning where everyone else spawns, because otherwise you'll never make it to food in time. And we're not putting in mice, and we're not putting in insects that you can eat. Like you're asking for stuff on like a gradually smaller and smaller scale to the point that it's kind of insane at that point. If you did something where the compies spawn near a corpse and you go to eat the corpse and you get killed like 10 times as a compy, you understand the fact there's always going to be something bigger than you that will kill you. And it's meant to ward the player off of the mentality where they can just immediately go in and do whatever they want. Like, it's not what it is. What other stuff you got for me, Meaty? Because I'm start world building now.
You kind of caught me off guard with the like messaging me or whatever. Have you guys released any information on you going to the like Hippo Rex or whatever, Hypo Rex?
No, I will never release how to do it.
Okay.
I will when it's available to be done and you can do it. I'm still not telling anyone. Like when it comes time that people can be the Rex, you'll find out.
Did you
know.
whenever you were talking to Riot and Athomnia, did you go into much detail about tribals or anything like that?
No, the tribals, they're not the furthest off. They're technically easier to do, but the problem is that if we put in tribals first, it makes it more difficult to world build with all the human elements and stuff coming in. Hold on a second. It gets a little fucky, and I wanted to go ahead and kind of push us towards what you would feel if like Trespasser, that old Jurassic Park game from like 98 or whatever, if it was suddenly upgraded into modern times. With having all of your human pieces and stuff. I wanted that there so people knew that like it is coming, and there is absolutely no way, shape, or form that anyone telling me, oh no, humans can't be in this game, is going to dissuade me. It's not. If you whine about humans, you're wrong. Mainly because they're not in the game yet, and you don't fucking know. You cannot tell me that you know they're going to be bad or you know they're going to be good. The only thing that you know is that humans are coming to the game.
When are you bringing back the Puertas?
Probably never.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, probably never.
Yeah.
There's no use for them really. You need to give them at least 8 attacks, 1 for each foot, kicking forward and backwards. And you can't map this to a controller. As much as people are like, oh yeah, you can. No, you can't. It's not, it fucking doesn't work like that, friends. It doesn't. And to make him effective, he would have to really honestly be an NPC. And up until someone makes a mod where you can play as a Puerta and then they realize, oh shit, I was wrong, like it's just going to be a redundant argument for people playing, and that'll just kind of have to be it. You just have to take my word for it that it was really, 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 really fucking bad to try and keep the Puerta around. Here's something real quick that we're going to do to also encourage you kids to move around. Right now we have lakes, and I know a lot of them are big dry lake beds. We're going to be fixing that relatively soon. They're going to be real lakes with, full-on water. Eventually these are going to get the stuff you see with Dinosuchus and all that other good stuff. But at the same time, we're actually probably going to have this lake water only fill you up to a certain percentage. Whereas you're going to be going to these areas that have water towers, which We have not finished. We might actually end up using this because it's indiscriminate. But what will end up happening is that these water towers will have puddles of water beneath them that is actually what we consider pure water, where it's filtered and everything, which will allow these dinosaurs to fill their thirst up all the way. And of course, since these are only located in bases or in certain compounds strewn about the island that are slightly in the wild, you'll, encourage you to move a bit more for better resources. That being said, at the same time, because they're so small, you're looking at something like this, they would dry up very quickly. So not everyone would be able to drink from it. Again, another reason to contest, keep your herd numbers down, or respectfully kill a bitch so you can drink it instead.
You guys are going to do vehicles, right? Like four-wheelers and that kind of stuff, or no?
Yeah, no, there'll be Jeeps and all that.
I know someone asked in the thing here if there's going to be helicopters.
Yeah. Yep. There'll be helicopters.
Oh yeah, what about like the storm system? Didn't you say you want to do something like that with, like, I don't know, eruptions and tsunamis or something?
Oh, the weather stuff's far off.
Oh, okay.
It's truthfully, it's not worth commenting about because it's not even in the pipeline of like stuff we're looking at after what we're doing now. That's all kind of like icing on the cake.
Yeah, if you get to it. Someone asked about the brachio. I'm assuming that's the same as the puerta.
No, they're the same in the same way that the Allosaurus is the same as the Acrocanthosaurus. Like,
no, I mean,
bigger.
Is it going to be playable? That's what I meant.
Unlikely, because again, it's a sauropod. It needs different kicks for each foot. It needs a tail whip. It needs a stomp.
Actually, someone had a good question. It made me think. Someone asked if there's going to be caves and like waterfalls, but you guys are going to do caves with what's that thing called? Well, actually, I don't know if it's going to be in caves, but I can't remember what that thing is called.
Describe it. Use your words. I don't know either.
I don't even know how to describe it because I can't remember what it looks like. The mutant creature thing. It's a humanoid creature.
Echidna?
Yeah, there we go. That thing.
Echidna?
Mm-hmm.
Who said she has anything to do with caves?
Well, no one said she had anything to do with caves. Someone asked about caves and made me think of her, so I was thinking...
So, yes, we're doing caves. For the people that were around, like, we had caves working in Alpha. It was just that we confirmed that we can do them. Great. So then we shoved them off to the side because we had more important shit to do. Because once we put in caves, like, all right, great. Now we got to do the post-process for them. Then we got to worry about the dinosaur night vision. We have to worry about making sure that the sun can never shine in them, depending on where we put the caves at, because it gets really weird really quickly. It's just very frustrating. So. Also,
someone said the gargoyle/reaper. I didn't even know that was a thing.
The fucking bat thing?
Yeah.
Okay, what about it?
Are they going to be just like NPC bosses that show up every once in a while, or?
NPCs, yes. Bosses, I don't know about that. I don't know why people are making these accusations, persecuting the game development process by saying something's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's mighty uncalled for. But no, they exist. Same way the cannibals will exist.
Okay.
Same way the Colossus exists.
Okay.
And Echidna.
Do the cannibals like worship Echidna or something?
I have no idea what makes you suggest that. You silly man. I can't say anything.
So I haven't really thought about it before, but I guess since there's going to be humans and cannibals and all these different and I guess tribals, I mean, are cannibals? I mean, I guess it's in their name, cannibals. They're going to be purely hunting humans, I guess?
The cannibals are, when playable, it would almost be like your lake thing. Eating anything that is not a person or each other does not fill you up all the way. There's no way to go about that otherwise. There's just not. So, that being said, I cannot confirm or deny anything else other than that. It was very difficult to get through that without ruining something. I hope you're happy.
The cannibals are going to live in caves with gargoyle reapers, and then they're going to ride them into battle and attack dinosaurs. That's exactly.
This sounds very Insomnia-esque of you. Is there a reason you're doing this right now?
No, I'm just. I thought it'd be funny.
Oh, what is this
The
dude?
dinosaurs are gonna fuck, and then the cannibals are gonna watch.
Actually, when is the mating AI in, dude?
Ugh.
Hearing Don die a little inside is what fuels me to not be sad.
I mean, I guess we can talk about it. Do you want to go over how humans will, I guess, tame, not really tame, but ride dinosaurs and stuff?
All right. I'm trying to think of frame of reference for this. So basically, you're gonna craft a rope. You're gonna have a piece of bone of some sort. You're making them together. So basically, you're gonna have a hook made out of bones. And this hook is what you're going to throw into a dinosaur. Depending on its size, that's how many people it takes to bring the dinosaur down. And you'll be able to temporarily hold it down, and someone would be able to climb on it. So in the process of throwing this hook into it, if the dinosaur is big enough, it'll have a movement debuff to it, depending on its size and how many people are currently latched on. But it'll probably just drag your ass around unless it moves towards you. If it moves towards you, it won't have a speed debuff. Unless there's someone on the opposite side, also pulling on it. Once this dinosaur has been pulled to the ground, a human can climb on top of it. And that's pretty much it. You're going to jam hooks into depending on the type of dinosaur, the underside of its mouth, or its what would equate to its shoulder area. If you want the dinosaur to move into a certain direction, you're going to yank on. You look in that direction, you're going to hit a button that we're going to consider the enforcement button. You're going to pull on that fucking hook, and it's going to force the dinosaur to turn into that turn to that direction. But that's the only communication that you'll really have with your mount is go this way. And player dinosaur, NPC dinosaur will understand, okay, go this way. And that's it. And if you keep doing it, eventually you're going to damage them enough. But a human player, a player dinosaur can try and throw off their human at any point in time. So it's more along the lines of, do you really want to fucking hop on the back of a big dinosaur and trust that it won't slaughter you? Because, that's usually a pretty bad time.
Actually, are you guys going to do any, like, purely underwater creatures? Like, when I say that, I mean, like, Megalodon, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was confirmed a while ago that we're going to do underwater. Yeah. No, they won't. Once your hooks have been put in the dinosaur, they're not going to take damage over time because there's a guy on you. Otherwise, like if you do have a bond with your dinosaur, you're working together.
How do the dinos like get the humans off eventually? Or
it's just you're going to hit a button. So we have animations for some of the older dinosaurs that we are going to redo. That is what they use to throw off the Austroraptors when you use it, where you try and shake off a human.
Oh, okay. Someone said, what's stopping a player dinosaur from disobeying after being tamed?
Fucking nothing.
Yeah,
they're not tamed. This isn't fucking Ark. You can't just go beat the shit out of something and then feed it a bunch of fucking berries and be like, all right, we're buddies now. Like, this is you're not making a fucking pal.
Yeah.
This is not how it works.
Yeah, you don't actually tame them. You just like try to control them, I guess, temporarily. Is there any benefit for humans riding dinosaurs? I mean, I know it's cool, but
yes, there is. If you're riding a dinosaur and that dinosaur listens, you have the basis of a war machine. A great way to think of it is Mad Max. You've got congratulations, you found a vehicle. It's anywhere from a sports car like a fucking a Carno to a big rig like a T-Rex. Yeah. Now it is your job to outfit it. War paintings increase its stats. You'll be able to put shit on it. You fucking turn it into a beast.
Okay, nice.
Your T-Rex might not have some big arms, but if you put some certain equipment on it that allows it to have spikes coming out in certain directions, then just run something the fuck over. You create your own weapons of destruction that way. Plus, you can sit on his back and shoot at stuff smaller than you too.
That's cool.
Go run other humans down.
Yeah, so like for example, me and Riot are playing, and then I'm the dinosaur, Riot's the human. He'll be able to paint me, attach shit on top of me, and then also like shoot off of me, and we can just go wreak havoc and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can you put like armor on the dinos?
Yar.
Okay, that's cool.
That's the point. Is that like having a tribal person riding you is very beneficial, but at the same time, like, it comes down to trust. That's it. Like, do you trust his entire fucking tribe? You know, because we thought about putting something in where it's like, oh, hey, maybe you can just go steal a fucking egg from like a T-Rex's nest and then, you know,
raise it.
There you go. Yeah, you raise it. You got a juvenile T-Rex that you have to take care of.
Yeah.
But since you raised it from birth, it's not a situation where you ran out and tamed it with fucking hooks. You're mama. You know,
okay, yeah.
when this T-Rex gets older, you are mama.
Well, I mean, I feel like that couldn't actually work. I mean, do they have a chance of still like turning on you, or
if we did egg raising from the beginning, no.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about? Oh, dude, I can just imagine being on a Quetz or something.
Yeah, Quetz is fucking death from above.
That would be awesome. And anything that, like, if a T-Rex has been upgraded, and let's say the rider dies or the T-Rex gets free eventually, the T-Rex still has all those upgrades, right?
Well, they all fade over time. You have to continually, like, reapply paint after a while. Otherwise,
what about, like, armor or attachments and stuff?
Yeah, they'll degrade and fall off.
Okay, so durability and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise you make it once and it's like, oh, I never have to do it again.
Well, unless you die, I guess.
I wish to be correct first.
What about, like, adult AI dinosaurs?
Yeah, what about them?
Are they just always going to be pissed off and try to, like...
No. It's too advanced for me to say that it'd be immediate, but we want to have it to where, you know, sorry, I was testing something out. Real quick, something kind of neat for those of you who are paying attention. We do have walking on the land now and footsteps for metal. As a human, you're not really food for a T-Rex unless you get like really close. He's not gonna see you from half a mile off and be like, fucking A, there's a meal. Like,
I'm sure he's gonna be pissed off though once you jab hooks into him and try to ride him.
Oh yeah, well, if you're fucking dumb enough to try and tame an adult T-Rex, then like, yeah, you kind of deserve to die. Like, so one of the things that kind of fucked with me a lot when I saw Ark was like on the first day of it being out. Mind you, I didn't have a PC that could run it, but I was watching streams and everyone's like, oh, I got my first T-Rex mount. And I'm like, this game's been out for like 24 hours. You got a T-Rex mount? What the fuck? That shouldn't be done in like the first fucking month of the game.
Yeah.
Why is everyone's already at the end game? Holy shit. I don't know. It was fucking weird to me. I don't want people having a T-Rex mount like within the first few weeks of the game. Even then, like, seeing someone riding a T-Rex is like fucking seeing a Jedi after the return or the Revenge of the Sith. Like, that should be so incredibly rare. Like, a T-Rex, while sure, you know, it can't run up and decimate a bunch of Triceratops after today, you put a tribal character on the back of a T-Rex and then send him after a group of 12 other tribals. Who you think's gonna win?
Yeah.
Motherfucker on the back of a T-Rex. So you have to kind of really worry about that.
How many more dinosaurs? Do you guys have like a set like list of creatures you're gonna add? Like, how many more do you think you're gonna add to Isle?
So outside of what we have in the game now, we have Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Psittacosaurus, Corythosaurus, Pteranodon, Pelagornis, Dimorphodon. I take it back. Dimorphodon's not done yet. What else do we have complete? Velociraptor. That's 9, at least, that are done in terms of model. Like, they're complete. Dakota Raptor's almost complete. So there's 10. There's 10 that aren't in the game. 11. Camarasaurus. Camarasaurus is done.
Any other planned ones that you guys haven't even started yet, or?
Yeah, like fucking 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, when I tell people, I'm like, all of them might not be featured in the survival game, but like, who fucking cares? The models are there. You use them.
Yeah.
Like, you could do that shit that you saw in JPOG. Like, everyone was like super happy just like following around one dinosaur. Like, they'd get all attached to it and shit. Like, all right. Fucking what about making a spectator game where you choose what dinosaurs you want in your ecosystem? Choose large predators, choose small predators, large herbivores, small herbivores. The world will populate itself.
Like,
and there
make
you go.
it a simulation, kind of?
Yeah, and you just
that would
fucking,
be cool.
you just let them fly around. I don't see a reason not to do it.
That would be really cool. I like that. I like the simulation simulator game mode.
Yeah, it's just like I told people, like, yeah, you really want a dinosaur sim, you can make it in this, I'm sure. Like, I'm not gonna have all the the paleo plants from back in the day. If you want that, go to Saurian. That's their thing. They will do it better than I do. They work with paleontologists like every fucking day. I don't. I'm not trying to compete with that. So, you know, these kids, oh, you're putting humans in the game, you're gonna ruin it. Fuck you. No, humans were always planned. This is not ruining it. Your fucking attitude's ruining it.
Well, the thing too is like, I mean, everyone's talked about this. It's early access, but you really support mods and stuff. So the thing is once mods is a thing, like anyone
People
can make
that.
yeah, any sort of game mode they want. They could do simulation. They could do a dinosaur-only sandbox. They could do dinosaur-only progression. I mean, they could do whatever they wanted, really. They could make a Jurassic Park builder if they wanted.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that are... Alright, so hold on. Let me... Alright, I asked Deathly first, because I don't know. He went by a Mesozoica stream or something. I fucking forgot they existed. I was actually really happy. And then he's like, hey, Mesozoica. And I was like, there's my trigger word. And, he's like, yeah, I went by one of their streams, and apparently all we have to do is talk about that we're a AAA game and we're gonna revolutionize the industry. And he's like, I'm actually really offended by their existence, and we really need to do a zoo simulator park tycoon. He's like, I could probably get most of it done in an evening if we had the art assets. And I was like, all right. So, like, the one thing I confirmed that, like, we're totally going to do is a park tycoon because they pissed off Deathly. And I've only seen him upset on 2 different occasions, and fucking terrible shit happens to his competitors. So I'm like, I'll get whatever art assets we need for that, and I'll let you go ham and stab him. And he said that the simulation game mode I just talked about said it would be great for testing AI. So I think we're going to end up doing that too.
That sounds really awesome. That's where you'll have Insomnia doing like 20 T-Rexes versus 20 Spinos or something.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we'll end up doing manual spawn. I don't know. It's up to him. I was just saying where like you would just have spawners and start putting in dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Let them start to populate.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
They'll move on their own towards water and things.
That'd be really cool. How close is fish AI or just any AI in general?
That's a Deathly question. So here's a scent trail for everybody who's wondering. This is what it's going to look like. And I know that's like really fucking big at the moment, which is fine, but I'm going to show you something. You get these spores in the air. Exactly what I was talking about. That your dinosaur will be able to see. You'll follow.
Oh, is that the smell-o-vision or whatever?
That is your smell-o-vision.
Nice.
So we're gonna take this really quick, right? We're just gonna yank it all the way across, and no matter how fast the dinosaur moves, you'll have some spores and shit to go after. And of course, they disappear over time. They go pale and then they fade out.
That's actually really cool. How long do you think they'll like kind of like stay there before they dissipate or whatever?
Well, it depends on the state of the dinosaur. I mean, if like the length of I want to crossfade it, like the amount of time it stays is proportion to how much you're bleeding.
I feel like you're gonna hate me for this question, but is there going to be spores specifically for when dinosaurs are in heat for mating? I realize that's probably a no. You don't have to answer it. I just feel like asking it. I feel like asking you anything about mating is kind of
I missed the joke.
Yes.
We pushed you out of the room.
Oh, okay.
I moved
Wow.
you up the sledge just
Oh, okay. Wow.
no, I fucking...
Donnie wants all the dinosaur fucking for himself. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna make a private game mode for just for himself.
As Dan has already seen
Called
it.
Dinosaur Sets.
I'll you know what? I'll outright say this. I hope this gets out somewhere because I want to have a conversation with whoever the fuck I need to. There's gonna be a point in time when this game is done, and I am not hiring anyone for it. I'm just gonna have it done. I am going to, from my own pocket, gift my friends some money over PayPal that I have met through this game. I am never going to fucking release it, but I am making a goddamn Jurassic Park total conversion for myself. That's what I'm going to do with the money I make from this game. I'm building my Jurassic Park game that I've wanted to play since a kid, and I'm just never going to release it, and I'll be fine. I want to run around fucking Isla Nublar, I want to run around Isla Sorna, I want to run around with the Jurassic Park animals, and I'll be happy.
So did you even hear part of my question, or did you just immediately move
No,
me?
I immediately moved you. You're a piece of shit. fucker. Anyway, no, what was it? What was it?
wants to
I'm
know
not
if you
even.
can-
Nah, I'm not even gonna bother now. It's fine. You can watch
He
the
wants to know
video.
if you can see sex stank.
Oh, I can watch it.
No, if like when a dinosaur is in heat, kind of, or whatever. If
Yeah,
they'll
no,
have
that's not-
particles.
No, because there's no. The thing is I'm sick of it. I'm not doing genders. Like any two
Yeah.
players can just create a nest, and I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
so
so-
fucking
so-
unnecessary.
So
at this point.
confirmed, no dinosaur sex. Confirmed, no genders. Just eggs and nests, and it's just gonna magically happen. Okay, guys, so that's the end of the Q&A / interview thing, whatever it is. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below. And if you want to see me do this again, we can maybe do another interview and ask some like better questions or more things that you guys actually want to know about. I didn't really have time to prepare for this. Dondi just asked me randomly in Skype if I wanted to do join his little Q&A he was doing, so I decided to do that, and I thought you guys would find it interesting. I think a lot of this information is awesome, and hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to smash the like button, and we'll try to do this again at some point. Hopefully. I guess. Maybe. Possibly.